Hello, everyone, as Carl Haas used to say in Adventures in Good Music and NPR radio during the 1970s. This is Douglas George Bloch, named after George Washington, because I was born on his birthday. Welcome to another edition of your Depression Recovery Hour. Let me see, how is it? I guess it's, the Depression Recovery Hour with Pastor Doug, here live from Portland, Oregon, as my mother used to say, or as we say out here, Portland, Oregon, in the beautiful Willamette River, not Willamette. Anyway, here we are Sunday morning. It is October 17th. A good friend of mine named Beth, a lovely lady who helps me with the writing, is a really special person. She turns 73 today. Beth, happy birthday. I'm 72. What are we together? 145. That's pretty old. Anyway, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. Once again, we've come together on a Sunday afternoon in Portland, Oregon, to create community and to support each other on mental health recovery. I, of course, who know everything there is to know. You can ask me any questions. I'm joking, of course. But anyway, hey, Lazy Eye Ranch, the woman who was desperate, who was even suicidal, but then made a remarkable recovery, as all people do once they just give it some time, try different things, and pray. And depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, these are treatable conditions. They are not terminal, of course, unless you choose to make them so, which is understandable because people get very sad. They go through a tremendous amount of suffering, and the worst thing they say is, this will never end. But there are 4 magic words that I have written about, spoken about, talked about, said over and over again, and you're probably sick of hearing them by now, but I will tell you what those words are. Anytime you don't think things are ever going to get better, anytime you're feeling a little bit of desperation, anytime you're feeling a little bit of despair, you simply tell yourself, this too shall pass. All right, so let's see which members of the Peanut Gallery. By the way, I want to have 70 people here. I'd like to have at least $50 or, no, I'd like to have $100 in contributions. We've been really languishing these days, and I think it's time to, up the contributions today. All right, Ellis16, California Dreaming, Kevin Wilson, Aha, Lazy Eye Ranch. I think, you've been here in California? Yup, I know you have. Kerry, East Bend. East Bend what? Oregon? That would be nice. And C from Oklahoma. Juan Benitez, a frequent commenter on my videos. Walking around the block at the autumn season can create nostalgic memories. Yes, I love your comments. And what part of the country are you in? Leah Benetti. I was just watching a video on being productive. It seems we really undermine our little accomplishments we do as oppressives. Are you in Brooklyn, Leah Benetti, New York? I think you are. Mardino, Germany. Love Germany. How's it hip, Douglas? Better. Improving. It'll be 9 weeks this Tuesday since I was gashed into, stuck a hand inside, sawed off my femur, put a stake into my femur, put a ceramic ball on top, scalped out the hip, put everything back together and said, go home and heal. Yeah. Only as simple as that. I don't have a tattoo, but this too shall pass would be a good one. Leah Benetti, I had one counselor whose the greatest encouragement was to tell me, give yourself a pat on the back for all the things you're doing to get better. Most people in your situation don't even get out of the bed. Nice, Leah Benetti. I agree. Lazy Eye Ranch, who used to be critically depressed, says, I wake up now excited to get up and go outside to work on my many projects on the ranch. Those chores used to seem impossible. I do them every day and I see progress, not perfection, to quote AA. I grew up in the Bronx, now living in Central Florida. That's right, Leah. I knew you were from New York. Orlando. Hey, what happened to the guy who works in Orlando for Disneyland, Disney World? MJ Brooklyn. God, I've got a good memory. Don't let anybody ever tell you that when you get older, your cognitive faculties go down. That's a big fat lie. By the way, what country am I living in? Hey, Peter. Give out your email address so people can join your people can join the list. Angela Wren, struggling bad with bipolar, anxiety, depression, really stressed and having trouble with insomnia. This too shall pass. I got through it in the past. You can get through it now, but you might want to go to a mental health professional. $10. That is a good way to get off this start. I'm telling you, we're going to get at least $70 of contributions today. By the way, Google takes 1/3 of it. That's okay. So, Mu Tian Chang, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Thank you for your contribution. You're at the head of the class. You're acknowledged. Do you have any important questions? And there's Kerry, not Kerry Irving, right? Maybe a different Kerry. Anyway, 25 euros paid our shields. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. Already up to $35. 100 is the main. We used to get, I think one time we got about $300 on contributions. This is important because my videographers really are stepping up to the plate and doing some beautiful production work. And I really want to, pay them to express my contribution. Not my contribution, what is it? My, I don't remember the word. Appreciation, there it is. Susan Jones from Virginia, we haven't seen you in a while. Pedar, thank you for the euros. God bless. How have you been doing? We haven't seen you here for a while. I know you work on Sundays. Has anyone here experienced with schema therapy for depression? Yes, I have. It's an old form of therapy that you go look at the patterns of your past. I think it's excellent. A senior moment, Doug. Thank you, Carrie. Well, really? Maybe not. I have had horrible insomnia. I hardly got any sleep last night. I'm just here on coffee and adrenaline, but so, it's okay to kind of miss words for a moment. I remember, of course, my dear father who died of Alzheimer's. I knew we were in trouble in the year 1996 when I said, Dad, who's president? And he said, Herbert Hoover. Okay? Any Americans here know when Herbert Hoover was president? I guarantee you it wasn't 1996. Biking with a brother in New Jersey. Good for you, Larry Ranieri. I have not been allowed, given permission to go back on my bike. It's been 9 weeks. I have never spent more than 9 weeks off the bike. When I was hospitalized for 1 month in 2016, it was 4 weeks. And when I got to the hospital, the first thing I did is went on a bike ride. This is really bad. I'm gaining weight. I'm not sleeping well. I think I'm going to have to go against the medical advice and go on a bike ride this week. Angelo Range, I love your videos. I'm working with therapists and mental health professionals. Love the video. This helps a lot. Appreciate you for what you do. Well, thank you, Angelo. Any particular video that you like? There's over 500 of them. Anyway, thank you for the appreciation. Hello again, Susan Jones. Randall Johnson, 1930. Okay. Who is 1930? Well, let me know. It was an interesting year. Lost both my mom and my sister to that terrible disease. You're talking about Alzheimer's, Carrie? Yeah. Well, guess what? My brother's got the gene. He was born the same year as my father. It goes down, go back 3 generations. So if I ever come on here and say, what is the meaning of depression? Fly out to Portland. Give me a hands up. Michael, I was up to 100 milligrams of it. Besides, it's not helping me sleep. It made me feel awful the next day. Be careful of side effects. And what is Michael say he's taking? I don't know. There's so many people giving chats. By the way, Mu Tu Chen, thank you. Please ask a question. Oh, Simon, how's it going? Have you watched any of Noah's videos? I've lost track with him. And I still don't see where Michael is. Oh, Michael Thau. Hi, Doug. Thanks for all your work you're doing. My doctor's prescribed 25 milligrams of Seroquel for insomnia. Have you ever heard of doctors prescribing this for sleep? Yes, of course. We had a woman coming to my depression support group in 2017. She had only slept 2 hours a night. For 4 months, she was becoming psychotic. He put her on a lot more than 25 milligrams of Seroquel. It ended up going up to about 300. And it basically, I won't say saved her life, but broke the pattern of insomnia. Yes, Seroquel is good for insomnia all the time, and like everything else, it helps some people, doesn't help another. It's an antipsychotic. It's a very powerful tranquilizer. I agree with you, Douglas, about bike ride. Easy. Easy, take it easy. You're taking 50 milligrams of Seroquel, Angela Range. Is that for sleep or something else? Originally, it was given for people with schizophrenia and delusions, but now there's an off-label use because it's so sedating. Yes, you're right. Very good. Actually, he said Harry Truman, not Herbert Hoover, but yes, That's when Hoover was president until he was beaten by Roosevelt. But actually, my father said Harry Truman is president, and Harry Truman was president in America from 1946 to 1952. Still, he was off by about 50 years. So, Randall Johnson, thank you for looking up Hoover. See, I guess my memory is not infallible. It was Harry Truman that my father thought was president, not Herbert Hoover. They both start with an H. Anyway, that told us, my brother and I, that his memory was failing, and in fact, he did have Alzheimer's, which is a very cruel disease. Yeah, Hoover was just before FDR, one of our greatest presidents who implemented the National Recovery Act. Yep. Biden's trying to do something similar, but of course, Franklin Delano Roosevelt had a Democratic Congress. It was much easier. Angela Range, I just found you recently. I've seen a few on managing anxiety, first live video I've caught. Yeah. Managing anxiety, 3 ways, right? Deep breathing. The other is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's okay. I'm feeling crummy. I'm feeling agitated. It's not going to hurt me, not going to harm me. Things will be all right. And the other thing to do is to hop on the bike and get those endorphins going, and it completely burns off the agitating chemicals. That's what I discovered in 1996, 97 when I had agitated depression. Went to the pool, swam 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 laps. I was swimming for my life. So physical exercise, deep breathing, and cognitive behavioral therapy, 3 really good ways of managing anxiety. And of course, there's always drugs. Kane Clark, how are you doing? Noah's posted a few videos since relapsing. Have you watched them? No, he came on my channel and I interviewed him, but I haven't seen his. Depakote help my anxiety. It's a tranquilizer, well, it's a mood stabilizer, but it definitely is used for that reason. All right, I use it for bipolar anxiety, which is off-brand. Helps with sleep unless I'm just wound up. Yep, it is off-label. Kane Clark, I'm always anxious. Well, what have you tried out to help manage your anxiety? Metallic Clouds 23. Any advice for irrational, intrusive thoughts that are mentally crippling me daily? Absolutely. My most popular video is called 22 people. How many people are watching right now? It's okay, Doug. Let it go. How to respond to intrusive and okay, that's the video I made, and it gives you tips on responding to intrusive thoughts. 1, you can watch them go by like clouds overhead. 2, you can say cancel, and put them something else in their place, and then you can of course distract yourself. Yes, please hit the like button to show support. I would hit the like button, but I can't have my own. Create a poll. I don't know what that is. Show your support for Douglas Bloch. Create emojis. Thank you, California Dreaming, for encouraging people to hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube notices and more people are drawn to this channel. Neurotic personality disorder trait. And what is a neurotic personality disorder? Everybody's neurotic who lives in the Western world. Ciaran, right? Is that Celtic? Okay, and I'm trying to figure out what Ciaran said before. I'm not quite sure. Greetings from the UK, says DHWRGRT, whatever that means. Yo Kiro Chan, doctors don't get any sleep, which is funny because they're always telling us to sleep more. Very smart. Were you the person who gave $10? Nope, that was Mu Tian Chang. Anyway, thank you, whoever that person is. Please feel free to jump into the conversation. Gordon Moore, thank you for the smiles. Hit the like button. Lazy Ranch, it's ironic because docs keep saying anxiety and depression was causing insomnia, but it's really the other way for me. I'm so upset that I can't sleep without knowing why. Leah Benetti, join the club. I don't know what's going on. Stress, a lot of things going on. Some family conflict, my hip surgery. It's the fall, very difficult season for me. I don't have any real major projects I'm enthusiastic about. My sleep has been absolutely terrible. I keep getting up at 2 a.m. and have a hard time getting back to sleep. I have to take drugs. Then I have a hangover. Yeah, if anybody can give me this secret of sleeping, I'd appreciate it. James Hadaway, I find myself in doldrums. I can't. I'm pathetic. The ego reacts to weaknesses such as no enthusiasm. Just keeping busy and keep your home tidy and things will get better. Well, it's true. Keeping busy is one of the best ways to combat depression or anxiety. So are you able to do it? Amirali Ghaznavi. Sounds like a nice Irish name. Hey Douglas, what do you think of the world's first brain implant successfully treats resistant depression? Well, brain implants have been going on for a long time. It's called deep brain stimulation. I've read a lot about it. I've seen videos on it. They're very, very good. They're a method of last resort, but it has helped people. There's a series by PBS, Public Broadcasting in America, called The Mystery of Mental Illness. You should check it out. T-Mac 0192. Yes, the recovery is going well physically. I'm having horrible insomnia, but my hip is feeling a lot better. I can walk a lot better. I'm waiting for the go-ahead to get back on my bike. Going to realize I can rather than I must. Well, that's good. We always do have a $15, and that's got to be Kelly Burns, and it is from Texas. A negative thought's like a bad smell, and a breeze that comes and goes. Nothing to do with you. Thank you. What a great analogy. Okay. Thank you. Well, we're at $60, 40 more to go. We need Robert Jenkins or Edward Steiner to show up. So, yeah, a joke. Kelly Burns, somebody. We've gone 19 minutes or 1/3 of the hour and nobody has given us a joke yet. Why did the Wizard of Oz Scarecrow become a neurosurgeon? Something I always wanted to do. Because he was outstanding in his field. That's what he was. He was outstanding in his field. Now, 15 something for Ion Lele. What a beautiful name. ION. How do you pronounce that? I wish I could hear you guys. Thank you for the donation. Up to 65, 35 to go. Leo Benetti, me and you both. I sleep well during depression, but when I feel better, my mind just wants to stay awake. Sajid Golestani Zadeh, no doubt from the Middle East. How can we deal with both PTSD and OCD at the same time? Wow, that's a handful. I think ERP is impossible, suffering from PTSD. And what is ERP? Exposure something? Can you do a Woody Allen joke? Well, he said life alternates between the horrible and the miserable. I have some jokes he made that were, sexual in orientation. They weren't really dirty, but they were funny, but I don't think it would be appropriate. So what else can I do? I'm going to have to get his album. 80% of life is showing up, but that wasn't a joke. That was wise. I know, someone come up with a Woody Allen joke. Exposure response prevention. $20 from Gordon Moore. Oh my goodness. We're now up to $85. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you. Please continue to ask questions. Why did the apple blush? Because she saw the salad dressing. Ooh, that's not too bad. Oh, I came up with a joke. England, UK, right? It doesn't have a kidney bank, but it does have a liver pool. Not my joke. And the joke I used on how to stop obsessive and intrusive thoughts. People like this joke. The Puritans came to America. We are descended from the Puritans, unfortunately. Americans work too hard, don't enjoy themselves. The Puritans, no fun, no dancing, no smoking, no drinking, no theater. But when they got to America, they found that they loved music. And what was their favorite type of music? Plymouth Rock. Yes, sirree, Bob. Plymouth Rock was the Pilgrims' favorite type of music. Now, if you didn't grow up in America, right, you don't know that the Pilgrims landed at a place called Plymouth Rock. So there's the pun right there. Why do astronauts prefer the Linux operating system? Because they know you can't open Windows in space. Oh my God. You should have said the Mac operating system. Good jokes, medication for us. Yes, the Puritans did love Plymouth Rock. And of course, my physical therapist, God bless him, Dennis Howe, he's teaching me how to do lunges. He says, if you can do that, it will be a big step forward in your recovery. Yes, sirree, Bob. Lunges, a big step forward. Okay, how many people do we have on? It better be 60 or I'm jumping out the window. 47. I guess people don't like my humor. The pupil is the last part of the body to die. It dilates. Oh, that's bad. But why was the cross-eyed teacher fired? Because she could not control her pupils. That's why. California Dream. Hello, Joan. Hope you're doing well. MJ Brooklyn. Are you MJ Brooklyn? Did you change your name? You work in Disney World? You're from Florida, Orlando? That's a good one, Kelly Burns. Well, I don't know if it is. Hey, Joan. Oh my goodness. Where's my phone? We had a memorial service yesterday. We did. We had a service. It was very beautiful. It was in the backyard. And we have to find all photos, right? If we can. And then we have to find photo albums if we can. And then we have to find this photo album. We had a memorial service for this soul, Bruce Bloch, who died September 10th, 2021. A bunch of people got together in my backyard. We traded stories of Bruce. We laughed, we cried, we got drunk. No, we didn't, but we laughed and we cried, and we scattered his ashes along in the garden where he used to sit every day and enjoy himself. He was 13 years old. There's never been a cat like him, Bruce Bloch. I'm going to be doing a tribute video called The Life and Times of Bruce Bloch. Stay tuned. Yeah, your name didn't change. Your YouTube name changed, California Dreaming. Thank you for identifying yourself. I was just asking about you, wasn't I? All right. All right, what have we got? Good jokes, medication, okay. 1 hour, these live videos, something you do weekly every Sunday? I'm afraid so. My doctor says I'm working too hard. Take a day off, he says. Doug, take a day off. Well, I tried doing that and I felt guilty. So every Sunday at noon, Pacific Standard Time, Pacific Daylight Time. Unfortunately, we're going back to standard in November, which will be, it'll start getting dark at 5 p.m. and I'll really be depressed then. But don't tell yourself that, Doug. Say, I'll cope with it. What is going on, says Tony Ishio, aka Simon. The world is struggling with mental health and only 46 people watching. That's silly. I know. I need to get more exposure in this world. I did a great website on overcoming suicidal pain. Only like 8 or 9 people a day go there. Do you know that suicide kills more people than breast cancer by far? 58,000 compared to 45,000, not even close. Maury Amsterdam Joke, who was on the Dick Van Dyke Show, a very funny person from the 50s and 60s. Only Lazy Eye Ranch and I and people who are older would know who he is. She had very friendly eyes. They were always good at looking. They're always looking at each other. Well, I don't know. That's not as funny as I thought it would be. But he was a very funny dude. So much of what we can't is mind, but mind also creates reality. All is illusory. Some people visit the moon in person. Some can just fly past with the mind to empowerment over negative thoughts. Who did this song? Speeding through the universe, thinking is the best way to travel. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe I'll find it here. if it's less than 10 seconds, they can't demonetize you. Okay, let's thinking. Yeah, I can't. If I try to get to this, I'll play too much. Anyway, whose song is that? Thinking, traveling, something, speeding through the universe. Thinking is the best way to travel. Anyway, someone should know that. Am I considering a new pet? Major Tom? Nope. That wasn't who said that. Yeah, we want a new cat, but it's only been 5 weeks. You have to wait till you grieve, and then when the cat is right, the new cat is right, the cat will appear. Maybe Bruce reincarnated. It's the 5th anniversary of this week of my work colleagues and dear from Kieran Purdy taking her life. Please all pray for her. Kim Purdy, well, God bless her. I don't know the song, Douglas. Yeah, someone should know it. Do you know much about schizoid personality disorder? Yes, a little bit. I studied it when I was in grad school. It's about someone who kind of is detached from everything. I've never seen it in my depression support groups. I know it's a personality disorder. I know psychiatrists know all about it. Okay, Major Tom. That he was. Someone played this song traveling around in a spaceship. An astronaut played that song, but that's not where it's from. I have a black cat, a black and white cat, and a gray and white cat. If I had a white cat, a photo of them from dark to light would look like they were running out of toner ink. Very funny. It's crazy to believe you've been doing these streams for 4 years. Well, 4.5 to be precise. David Holden, oh my God, my favorite person from the UK. He used to be here every single week, making great comments. He has a signed book of healing from depression. Speaking of which, come on, some plugs. This book was written in the year 2001. Best book I've ever read or written. It's still very, very relevant. It has everything I know about healing from depression. 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. And that's what David Holden has. Then, of course, we'll add, there's a book I wrote about my recovery from a major depressive episode called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop. Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. Now an ebook and an audiobook on Audible. And what else? And then there's Words That Heal, Affirmations and Meditation for Daily Living. I've been serializing this on this channel. We just had episode 14, Abundance and Prosperity, yesterday. Now, I was thinking to myself the other day, how the heck did a depressed person like you, 4 breakdowns, major suicidal episodes, how did you end up writing 11 books? I don't know it, but I'm very grateful that I've been able to do so. All right, time for another contribution maybe? 12:30, halfway through. Oh my goodness, he startled me. I don't know who did. The art, thinking about the universe. Dogs or cats, Douglas? Cats. Nietzsche died and discovered God is alive. Now that's very funny. I like that. I'm gonna go. You have to know that Nietzsche said God is dead, of course. Schizophrenia comes from overindulgence in certain aspects of thinking or allowing the mind to take over the situation. Either way, it's lose-lose. Person come back from the illness, yes, but it's also a point of chemical imbalances in the brain, mainly dopamine. Carnelian and zinc and ashwagandha. Yes, a lot of people love ashwagandha. It's a Moody Blue is the best way to travel. Thank you, Sunflower Girl. I love you. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, that was the Moody Blues. Speeding through the universe. Thinking is the best way to travel. Yeah, I love that song. Of course, the Moody Blues were big in the late 60s when I imprinted. And here's Lisa from Alberta, some small town in the middle of nowhere, making us up to $98. We just need 12 more to hit 100. How's it going, Lisa? Lisa's dad died recently. She's mourning, so am I. Of course, she's mourning about something more important, but I hope you're doing well. And I hope you're feeling, a little bit better. Anyway, guys should go on YouTube and put Moody Blues, the best way to travel. How's my hip feeling, Lisa? Better. I'm working with an awesome physical therapist named Dennis Howe. I'm going to be working through him since the end of November. I can walk without pain. I have these amazing hip exercises I did not do this morning because I overslept. Sharon, €5. How do you pronounce your name, and where are you from? Thank you. I think we're up to about 93. We have $7 more and we'll hit my $100 goal. Douglas, did you ever feel weird sensations in your brain when depressed? Nope. Thank God. Lucy Parsley, hi to you. Hello, glad you're here. Ivy, how are you doing? Aside from my horrible insomnia and the fact that I'm having a hard time struggling with a fall, I'm doing okay. I've done a lot better in my life, but I've also done a lot worse. Lazy Eye Ranch, Suzanne, so glad my son and I quit cannabis several months ago. It made his schizophrenia and my depression much worse. It helped some folks, but not everyone. I've got so much energy now. And what about your son? How's he doing? Is he living with you? God, you've been a loyal mother. Good for you. Lack of vitamin B12. Yes, I've been told that. I'm taking it now. It almost took a year to gain the trust of a feral cat. He now comes in every morning and often sleeps in my bedroom. Very rewarding relationship. Wow. That's amazing, Kelly. Good for you. Would you consider getting several kinds of pets? Yes. In 2002, when I was running my support groups, we had a turtle named Vishnu, 2 parrots called Sebastian and Sabrina, and 3 cats, Isabel, Squeak, and then Bruce. So we have had cats. Oh, and then in 1996, way before most of you were born, or many of you were born, we had a beautiful dwarf bunny named Precious Bloch. Joan was a Montessori teacher, and she actually got him in before we separated, right? Probably 91 maybe. The most incredible rabbit. I wish I had a video camera back then, but he was the greatest. And so yes, we had a rabbit too. A rabbit, a turtle, 2 parakeets, and 3 cats. Gordon Moore, an auctioneer has no friends, only nodding acquaintances. Gordon, that's great. Of course, you have to know that people nod in auctions, but that's all right. Isn't love strange? A word we arrange with no thought or care, maker of despair. Every breath that we breathe with love, we must breathe to make us one. Of course, the Moody Blues. Amazing, amazing band from Great Britain. Remember, Go Now was their first hit? I love all animals. I have 2 dogs. I would like to have a cat, but my son's allergic. Just lost my dog of 18 years. Yes. Cats, I've found out about 13 is when they start to go downhill, which is when Bruce died. It's good to hear. Wish all the best for you and your family. Love you. Thank you. Love you too, Ivy. Where do you live? Tell me something about yourself. Lazy Ranch, I had to quit too. I like it, but it made me lazy and disinterested. Yet, marijuana takes away motivation. Yes, yes, yes. You love the Moody Blues? Of course, you're from my generation. William Cybernagel. Cyprex has helped me with my crippling anxiety. It does that for some people. I'm still not where I want to be in terms of recovery, but I'm much better than I was before. Off-label use, Cyprexo helped my godson. It's a wonderful antipsychotic, although it causes weight gain, but it's being used for anxiety. So is Seroquel, another antipsychotic. Sunflower Girl, I know you're religious, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You're also spiritual. Hope you're healing speedily and your heart is comforted over your precious friend lost. Yes. Joan and I are doing our best to grieve, but it's been very, very tough. Bruce Bloch was like no other cat. All right. Lucy Parsi, hi to you. Jerry Seinfeld, no weird sensations. I'm reading your comments. I'm sorry if I started you, Sandra. A joke, anybody else? Nietzsche discovered God is alive. That's very, very funny. Whoops. Schizophrenia comes from overindulgence. Right, I read that. I love Jesus. I know you do. You mentioned it. You and Pedar Shields. He's a wonderful teacher, an amazing, amazing spiritual teacher who came to the planet. My fave is Moody Blues Once Upon a Time. What about Our Wildest Dream? What about Timothy Leary's? It was called Legend of a Dream. Wow. Timothy Leary's dead. No, 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 he's on the outside looking in. Boy, I need singing lessons. Our dog from the shelter is better than I hoped. Smartest dog I ever met. Smarter than me, but that's not saying a lot. I was going to say the same thing. He wants to be near me. Oh, this is the one who's the healer dog, right? The one who always likes to bond with people and not be too far away. Fonji Hora, dark joke. My doctor prescribed a new drug to treat my depression. It's called Endinol. That is a dark joke, my friend. And unfortunately, it's very common that people feel that way. But guess what? Your story does not end here. Anybody in the dark night of soul, any of you in the valley, any of you despairing, any of you who are suicidal, your story does not end here. There's another chapter around the corner. You just can't see it yet. You must hold on. It's absolutely essential. And if you can't do it yourself, reach out for help. And I'm going to even write that down. By the way, very dark joke. Thank you for telling it. I like dark jokes. I'm going to end about 5 minutes early today because my wonderful assistant Claire is coming. Usually comes at 2:30, gives me an hour and a half break, but she's coming at 1 because she has a very important meeting to go to at 3. I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm running on adrenaline, so I need to have a 5-minute break between the time we end and she comes. So it'll be about 12:55, about 17 minutes. Keep up the questions and the donations. Rick M. Hey, Douglas. I'm glad you're here. Anybody here have experience with BetterHelp? No, but it's a very good counseling site online. And that's good. It can never break. It can only become stairs. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means. It can never break. Right? You can explain to me. For a couple without children, pets take on more singlements. Bruce was like your child. Very, 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 very astute observation. I'm happy for you, Happy Ranch, or Lazy Ranch. Jesus, our creator. Yeah, did you ever live in Manhattan? Yes. I lived in the Bronx, going to school at NYU. I spent a lot of time in Manhattan, a lot of time. Until I was 22 when, according to my mother, I ran away. All right. I gotta get a bite of banana. I haven't had breakfast. A new chapter. Yep. Story does not end. You're right. Sergio, you're welcome for the help. Christian, do you think my depression and anxiety may be due to a trauma, early childhood? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Trauma is behind mental illness, addiction is behind almost everything. When the escalator stops, oh, it turns to stairs. Now I got it. How to find one's passion calling in life, says Carlo Chan. Well, the way I do it is you just go inside and you say, what would bring me joy? Get in touch with the things that you really inspire you. Do I live in the U.S.? Yes, and what about you? I live in Portland, Oregon. That's how my mother used to pronounce it. The guy, pets are straightforward. Love, human love is complicated. Thank you. Unconditional love from pets. Right, here's my banana. A joke maybe? A joke book. What did the mother coffee bean say to her son when he came home late? You're grounded. You're from Finland. Oh, a lovely, lovely place. I love Scandinavia. Finland, Norway, Sweden. Yes, lovely country. I think they were taken over by Russia during one of the wars or something. Greetings from the Netherlands, another cool place. Very enlightened. It was in a dark state. I'd recommend EMDR, yep. Very, very, very common therapy for trauma. How much do earrings cost a pirate? A buccaneer. By the way, you know how Noah on the ark, he took all these different animals to save them from the flood. Where did he keep the bees? In the archive, of course. The bees were in the archive. You did fight hard against the Soviet Union. I know my world history. Yes, thumbs up. Thank you. I gotta get a lozenge. Yes, hit that like button. Yes. Did you hear about the first restaurant that opened up? It had great food but no atmosphere. I love that joke. I used it. Thank you, Sunflower Girl, for reviving it. EMDR is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful technique for people who've had trauma. Getting my lozenge, if I can find it. Need more of them. All right. It's 12:43, 7 minutes left. This is the Pastor Doug's Recovery Hour, Depression Recovery Hour, every Sunday at noon from Portland, Oregon. Broadcast live around the world, answering your questions about mental health recovery, encouraging you to create community so you can support each other, because the second principle of mental health recovery is reach out for support. The first is set the intention to heal, create a vision of wellness, and number 3, treat your symptoms using a combination of mutually supportive therapies. What are those therapies? Well, here. 45 of them right here. I created this list when I was writing Healing for Depression. 45 things to do to uplift your mood and to boost your psychological immune system right here. Free copy of this chart. Just email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Laugh out loud jokes, books for kids. What do you call a dinosaur who's scared all the time? A nervous Rex. What do you call a polar bear in Hawaii? Lost. What kind of bugs read the dictionary? Spelling bees. What do you call a calf that gets in trouble? Grounded beef. I like that one. How do sea creatures communicate underwater? I've always wondered that. With shell phones. And finally, what is the highest favorite kind of candy? A Snickers bar, of course. Pretty cute, huh? Bad but cute. Jennifer H. Daily movement is very important. Just finished my bike ride for today. I'm feeling the endorphins. Yes, Jennifer H. And that's why I'm feeling down, because I've been off the friggin' bike for 9 weeks. Enough is enough. I'm going soon once I get the okay from my physical therapist. Has it really been 9 weeks? No, August 17th, October 17th. Wow, it's been exactly 60 days. Wow, exactly 2 months. It was 2 months ago today I got my operation. Amazing. I pray you have a beautiful, blessed day, Douglas, and everyone. Jesus bless. Yep, absolutely. Are you familiar with rejection sensitive dysphoria? I've got it. Yeah. Rejection is very hard for me to handle. Why aren't koala bears considered bears? Because they don't have the right qualifications. Shirley has been taking some time off. I need a Fisherman's Friends dog. Yes, I need one too. Someone send Fisherman's Friends to me. I'm out. I always get them from the people in the UK. Email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. I'll give you my address. You can send it to me. My wife's cousin played for Finland in rugby last night. Try lost. Don't know what that means. You like the bees in the archives? That was cute. Texas are even worse in pronouncing Oregon. They drop a syllable and say Oregon. I'm doing okay, FVW. How are you in your tests? I'm in the middle. Jivaskaya. We fought hard against the Soviet Union, yes. In the middle, yeah, I don't understand what that IV is, what that's about, but anyway, thank you. I'm in London, but I've been to Finland a few times, yes. Mariano Semino, nice to see you. Hi, Doug. I don't trust stairs because they're always up to something. Yeah, I don't either. My Octopus Sister said you reckon, wow, what a great film, so beautiful and uplifting. Yes, anybody who has not seen My Octopus Teacher about a man's relationship with an octopus, the interconnection between different species, it's a completely uplifting and amazing film. Do you think you made the right operation for having this decision? Initially, no. Not with the pain, not with the fall, not with disability, but now after 9 weeks and I'm feeling better, yes, and my doctor thinks I made the right decision too. Made me laugh. Shell phones. Well, this is what happens. You get this book. Alas, my knees are going, so walk. It's as much as I can do. All right. Daily movement is very important. Absolutely, Jennifer. Absolutely. Body dysmorphic disorder is tough. You look at your body and see it is not very nice when in fact a lot of it's your imagination. I think I might visit Portland one day. Can we do coffee? Yes, only if you pay for it. No, I'm joking, of course. Of course. I always like my fans to come visit me and, tell me how wonderful I am. That was a joke. But yes, definitely call me up and come to Portland. I love the UK. I stayed there when I was, and guess what? You know who I stayed with? A guy named Simon, 1982. Don't know if you were alive then, but that's where I stayed in Portland. In London. I think it was a place called Kent. FEDW, I just started a new college, and since my registration was later in the year, I have to catch up on so much. My anxiety is killing me. Well, one course at a time. Cut yourself some slack. My godchild is in Finland. Ivy, we love you. Yes, Ivy, nice to see you. All right, so it's 12:49. 10 plus 10 and 11 plus 11 is the same as 10 plus 10 is 20. 11 plus 11 is 22. Oh, that's really bad, Kelly Burns. That is so horrible. You're 8 years old, 1982? Well, good for you. I was 35, 33. Because you're a phenomenal teacher, I appreciate you in my life. Many prayers. Thank you so much. Don't retract your message, Nancy. I love the compliment. Can you talk about sex and depression relief? Well, sex is one way to experience pleasure and endorphins, and it does, it does counteract melancholy. But the problem is when people are severely depressed, the thalamus, which is a housekeeping system, runs all the functions like eating and sleeping and sexual appetite and food and other things get shut down, so people lose interest in sex when they're depressed, and that is, one of the many things that people find really difficult about it. Mango juice. How do I tell my parents about my depression when they don't believe about this type of stuff? Well, I don't know. You guys just tell somebody who believes in it. Maybe a relative, like an uncle, like me, or maybe reach out to your school counselor. So young, Sunflower. Yeah, well, how old young is Sunflower? I don't know if she said it. Did she? Peace to everyone. Peace to you, Lagai. You're a wonderful, wonderful human being. Tell a doctor if your parents are not listening. Thank you, Lagai. What was the worst selling point about Robin Hood's house? It had a little John. John is an American slang for toilet. Yes. That is very, very funny if you know the story of Robin Hood. Thank you very much, Gordon Moore. That was very cute. Could lack of sex be the cause of depression? No. I mean, well, if you're deprived, you could feel depressed, but not major depression. But if you think that you may have depression, go to a psychologist or a therapist and get a diagnosis. Fed Up, 1704, which reminds you that FedEx just announced a merger with UPS, and of course the new title of the new organization is called Fed Up. FedEx and UPS Fed Up. I like it. I've got clinical depression. Douglas, what should I do to overcome this pain? Well, you got to go to treatment. You got to find a psychologist, psychiatrist, therapy plus medication plus lifestyle. You can do it, but you have to reach out for help to a professional if you're not able to get better on your own. Oh yeah, 42, my God, 30 years younger than I am, young enough to be my daughter. Are mushrooms beneficial for PTSD? Well, I like to saute them. Oh, are you saying like psilocybin mushrooms? People are studying that right now. All right. Tony, you said the world is a small place for sure. If I'd have a guess, it would be Helsinki. SSRIs do affect the sex drive. You're absolutely right. Little John or Peter, yes. All right. I'm claiming to be 20, and that's that. Good for you, Sunflower Girl. I love sunflowers, don't you? They're so cheerful. All right, well, thanks for being here. It would be nice to have one more donation, but I really need to get ready for my the woman who is going to meet with me, my assistant for many, many years, Claire Johnston. Let's see what the viewership is like. 24? No. Is that possible? That must be a mistake. Anyway, Doug, accept the things you cannot control. I'm glad we've had a really good time here. As I say, I'm leaving a few minutes early, but I will be back next week, which is the 24th of October, 2021, the year of our Lord. I also got to change here we are. 59, mostly cloudy, high today is 62. And are we going to have any rain? 20% chance, not too bad. Try lion's mane mushroom supplement. It's great for depression. Thank you, Kelly Pellerns. I will try that. A gift to humanity. Well, thank you very much. I hope I'm not a fancy gift. Yes, you've been in Helsinki. Good guess, you guys. Well, you should meet in Finland sometime. I'll say goodbye. Wish everyone a good week of health and happiness. So nice that you always come here, Lagai. And I still feel 20 in my mind, Sunflower, and so do I. Actually, I feel more like 25. I've always felt like not the teen. I'd say young adult more than teenager. And you're only as old as you feel. How's that? All right, stay well, everybody. You can continue to chat amongst yourselves for the next 10 minutes. If you want to make a donation, you can still do so. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in mental health recovery. Take care, everybody. Thanks for coming. And I wish you all good mental health and, above all, joy.